If you're a beginner at makeup, congratulations for finding this video. I'm going to help you on your journey of getting into makeup. Everything you're going to need fits into this bag. So let's get into the video. So first things first, when you're applying your makeup, of course, you need to start with a good moisturizer. Remember that your moisturizer must complement your skin type. Do you have oily skin? Do you have dry skin? Or do you have combination skin? Remember that your moisturizer needs to address the skin type that you have. So the first makeup product you're going to need is a primer. A primer is basically the product you put on your face, which is a barrier or a protection for your skin from the makeup. Makeup has a lot of chemicals, a lot of ingredients that can sometimes harm our skin. So a primer is always great to protect your skin from all of those chemicals and ingredients. Mine is from Maybelline. It's the Baby Soft Skin, and I love this primer. It's so great, especially for me, someone who has oily skin. It doesn't dry me out too much, because sometimes when you have oily skin and you dry out your skin too much, your skin just produces more oils. So be careful of that. Foundation is basically the product that helps you to even out your skin tone, especially as people of color. We always suffer from hyperpigmentation, discoloration, or just some issues with our skin. So foundation really helps you out to even out your skin tone, and it can really help your skin to have that beautiful blurred effect where you just look perfect. So I have two foundations. This is for summer. It's darker, and this is for winter. It's slightly lighter, but also I love that this foundation is not too high coverage, and in summer I don't want something too heavy because it's so hot in South Africa. And then this foundation is perfect for winter because it's full coverage. It really gives me that snatched look. So I love it for special occasions and just for those makeup looks where I really want to look like, oh, she a baddie. Just something to remind you guys about the foundation. When you pick a foundation, remember that your foundation must match your skin. If you have oily skin, you must get a foundation that is mattifying. If you have dry skin, you must get a foundation that is dewy or hydrating. Don't mix up the two, especially if you're going to use a primer, for example, that is for dry skin, but then you use a foundation for oily skin. Your makeup is going to separate and not look good. So it's very important that your foundation and your primer matches each other, and of course works for your skin. You also need to learn about undertones. We all have different undertones. For example, I am a warm neutral, but there's people who are neutral or warm or cool, and the best way for you to do is honestly just pause this video, have a look at this, and figure out what undertone you have. Concealers is up next. All of my concealers are from LA Girl, but I've also tried out Maybelline concealers, and I also love those as well, I must say. But I prefer my concealers to just one, shape my brows and hide any blemishes that I have. Secondly, this is to highlight or brighten my skin, and this one is to definitely brighten. Like if I want that bright under eye, this is the concealer I'd go for. You don't need all three. I would say just two shades, even one will also do. Then we go to powders. Oily girls, come through. These are not even all of them. I have more powders. I just love a good powder because I really have oily skin. Every powder has a purpose. Let's get into it before you decide whether you need a powder or not. Firstly, pressed powders. I need two, and I would definitely recommend two as well. One shade that matches your skin or is just one shade lighter, and then a pressed powder that is 2 or 3 shades darker. This one is just to set your highlight and to set the rest of your face, and then this one is basically to add contour or bronzer to your skin, basically to add dimension, add shadows. I say bronzer or contour because bronzer and contour basically kind of do the same thing but don't. Let me explain. A contour is more cool tone and is more wow. Contour is basically just there to add definition and shadows to your face. It's cool toned, whereas a bronzer is more warm toned and looks more natural and just makes you look sun-kissed. For me, for example, I would think this powder is an in-between of that because it's not so cool toned, yet it's not so warm. It's more like a warm neutral, I would say, of a powder, and for me it's a nice in-between of a contour and a bronzer. So that's why I say your pressed powder, can also be your bronzer slash contour. It all depends on your skin tone and what you like. So a loose powder along with your pressed powder can actually be used to set your concealers. Honestly, it's just a matter of what you prefer. I prefer setting with a pressed powder first and then going in with a translucent powder because I have oily skin. But you don't always have to do this. Whatever works for you works for you. Sometimes a pressed powder can just do the thing, or a loose powder. And the loose powder can come in different shades. It can be translucent like this powder, which is kind of pinkish, or you can have a loose powder that has a bit of color like this one from Black Opal. My lips are actually so dry, so I'm gonna show you a lip combo that you need. Let me start out with this pencil. This pencil is actually what I also use for my brows, and I would really encourage you to get this pencil. It's so great for beginners. As you see, it makes a great lip liner, but I also used it on my brows as well. It's from Essence Hot Chocolate No. 2. Love this pencil. Then you always need a nude lipstick. Like a nude lipstick goes literally with any outfit, like literally any outfit. So a good nude will always do you good. This one is from Rimmel, but I also have one from Avon. Like I am a nude girl through and through. Then most importantly, if you don't like lipsticks or you know what, you're truly a beginner, just get a gloss. Just get yourself a gloss and you are good to go. I love a glossy neutral look. Like this is so me, and I love that I can have this look for any outfit. Like literally, if I'm wearing an outfit and I don't know what lip color to wear, nude is my go-to. If you are a person who loves color but you're just getting into makeup, I would really recommend you get colorful pencils, and they're so inexpensive. Most of mine, if not all actually, they are from Essence, except this one is from Catrice. But I love colored pencils, you know, even black as well. Like they just really help to add definition to your eyes, and they make you look just so sexy, and they also make you look like you put in a lot of effort into your makeup. Then lastly, a mascara. My mascara is from Rimmel London. Honestly, any mascara will do. Even Essence has great mascaras. This one from Rimmel is so good. I've also had one from Revlon. Like any mascara will do. It doesn't have to be pricey, but just have a mascara. Mascara really helps you to just look very soft and feminine and just put together. And then lastly, a setting spray. A setting spray will always help your makeup to come together and to look less powdery, especially for oily girls like me who use a lot of powder. Remember that similarly to your primer and foundation, that you need a setting spray that complements your skin. So if you have oily skin, get a mattifying spray, or if you've got dry skin, you get a dewy or hydrating spray. However, I'm naughty. I have oily skin, but I use a hydrating setting spray because I use so much powder. But I apply my makeup in such a way that when I do produce more oils, my makeup doesn't look greasy, but rather just looks more dewy. And that's how I trick the system. That's how I trick it. So that is makeup products. We are done on that part. Now let's quickly look at tools you will need for your makeup. So firstly, you need brushes, and brushes can be quite expensive. I will link down these brushes. I've had them for like 4 years and I bought them on Takealot and they're so good. I promise you, these brushes are excellent. And in any brush set, if you're not going to get this brush set, but any brush set out there, please check out for this. You're going to need a brush to apply your eyeshadow. You're going to need a brush to conceal your brows, and you're going to need a powder brush and a foundation brush. These are just the basic of brushes that you will need. Of course, when you apply your highlighter, your blush and everything else, you will definitely need a different brush, but we're just talking about the bare minimum, the basics here. And then you're going to need a beauty blender and these little powder puffs to set your powders or blend out your foundations and concealers. It doesn't have to be expensive. As always, this beauty blender I bought for like 10 rands at a beauty store, so anything that you can afford will do. And that's about it. That is makeup for beginners. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, let me know in the comment section, and I will see you in the next one.